Hello everybody. Today I want to introduce you to my next project that I'm working on. Kind of started working on it. And that would be involving two more parts that are right up here. Kind of filming this at lunchtime. It is like pretty much 100 degrees outside, so I don't know if I can make it, but I'll do my best. So these things right here, I ordered them from eBay, and then this is after getting a very interesting quote from a dealership, just so I can find out what the part numbers were. So these things right here, these are door hinges. So you probably saw in my other video that the driver's side door right there, obviously, is sagging just a little bit. It's not a bad sag, okay, that rhymes, but nonetheless it is sagging, and it's taking some chunks of paint off of the door as it rubs up against the other door. So I ordered these hinges right here. So that must be the top one. This must be the bottom one, because it comes with a little roller right there. And also pins. I'm not quite sure if these pins are needed, but I ordered them anyway. Here you go. And I'll post all that up on the screen if not already. I love this, how it says help. Door hinge pin bushing kit. I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure if these are actually needed, but they were relatively cheap, so I just had to do them anyway. So let's take a look. Okay, so I'm gonna grab one of these with me. Alright, so I'm just gonna put it right here. Let's punch in my code. The few times that I actually get to use this thing. And check this out. So I already showed you. See this little thing right there? I already covered that with touch-up paint, but that only does so much, because ultimately every time I close and open the door, this little piece rubs up against it, and well, also this piece right here, and it hits it. So ultimately I know it's going to deteriorate over time, and obviously it's rubbing up against the gasket too, which at some point is going to start failing right there. Also, you can see right here. There you go, focusing. All right. So you got this hinge. So what am I trying to accomplish? Is obviously these are the bad hinges that are currently on the car. I'm pretty sure they are original. And I'm going to try to replace this hinge. I'm sorry. Focus just does not want to cooperate. All right, how about that? I'm going to try to replace this hinge with this hinge. And also, this hinge with this hinge. Now, just by looking at them side by side, you know, these pins, I don't know much about them, but it looks like they are already pre-installed here. And also, just by looking at it here with the door, unfortunately, doors don't open too wide on these cars. Maybe pins are already in there. Let's see. There you go. I don't know, is it maybe this pin? See, I'm not going to be doing the job myself. I will get my trusty mechanic to do it for me. But ultimately, I want to do it on the driver's side first to alleviate the immediate danger of potentially losing a piece of the gasket. And I don't know what it's doing down there, but obviously these are original 14, you know, soon to be 15 years old. Let's see, when is my car actually made? 05 of 06, yeah. So it's already August when I'm filming this, so obviously it's not a good thing to be in where the door sags, and it's only going to get worse. It does that on the passenger side as well, but on the front at least, but it's not that bad. But here I notice it every day. I mean, you know, opening and closing it and all that. Now, I'm not sure if these bolts are going to be needed, but I'm not going to order any bolts because I can only imagine that the bolts are fine. It's the hinge itself that's probably... A lot of elderly people use it as kind of a, you know, prop yourself up, because you can't really do that on this handle, which at some point I'd probably want to replace this handle as well. Kind of see that there. But anyway, Whether or not I end up needing these things, I'm not sure. But these, I want to do it. Now, just by looking at it, these are aftermarket. These were, what, about 50 bucks? Like I said, I'll be posting it on the screen. I tried to get the original ones from the maybe they were like well over like almost 200 bucks. I think they were actually a piece, so I was like, no, that's not gonna happen. But ultimately, what I try to avoid, you see, this is what happens. Bam, smack, right there. See? Now, if I prop the door up, obviously, from the bottom, there's quite a bit of play right there. Yeah, like I can almost pick up my car. Obviously, I would rip this off first. And you can kind of see it's a little scuffing up here, down there. You can kind of see how these things go. And I'm guessing these pins that I keep referring to are right here, but again, who knows? I don't know. All right, focus. All right, today the phone, this Galaxy Note 5G Ultra, refuses to focus. So maybe like this. There we go. Anyway, so not sure if these are actually the same. These rolling things here, rolling things there. Maybe they are the same on 04. Not sure. Haven't gotten this far. But anyway, just want to introduce you to that. Also, I just noticed my rust removal job right there. All right. Well, anyway, this is a preemptive video right here, just to kind of share this with you, and more to come. Thank you, everybody. I know I already said bye to you all. Just walking back. Just can't help to notice that in the sea of Civics, Corollas, crossovers, and God knows what else, one vehicle does reign supreme. Over and out. So it's been a few weeks since I shot that last segment, and today is the day we are going to see the mechanic to fix this door sagging, hopefully. There are not a lot of things that can get me out of bed on a weekend at 7. Well, I started driving a little before, so it's already been a few minutes. But, you know, in the wee hours of weekend, and it would have to be this car. So, going to see a mechanic. I don't know why I like to focus on my mileage. I guess I want to wait to hit 100,000 miles and kind of make yet another video to see how this car treated me and how I treated it since obtaining it at 89,000 miles. So got a little bit more to go before that. All right, let's see what happens. All right, so I got here a couple minutes before the mechanic did, so just waiting for him to open up. I wanted to kind of go back to something that I shot a few, videos ago. I guess this in my timeline, that's probably a month ago. But remember that Subaru that I was showing you guys, that Crosstrek with the whole rear end, the whole chassis, like in the back, the axle, I should say chassis, the axle. They actually fixed it. Now it's still got a bunch of stuff there, but as far as getting that rear axle, I think, replaced, they did it. So somebody loves this car big enough to pay for that repair, and now it is fine. I mean, to a certain extent. Let me try and catch a different angle. Yeah, like coming around to this side, yeah, it's still got all the body damage. This is not a body shop, but as far as getting all the wheels straightened out, actually replacing the wheel and kind of getting it all under control, from a mechanical perspective, it's fine. Yeah, it's still got ton of damage right here, and it's raining, as you can see in my reflection. So not too bad. All right, so yeah, it's interesting somebody would pay for a fix such as this on a Crosstrek. So, but whatever. So they do have another van here. Let's see. So again, this is not a body shop per se, but this van looks like suffered some damage. So I wonder if it's here for like, well, it doesn't look like anything up here got damaged, although it's got exposed metal right there. Yeah, but other than that, on the side, it seems to be okay. Kind of, yeah. Oh, it's all right. The side is actually nice and clean, so. And I like filming these like real work vehicles. So, yeah, not too bad inside. Actually, right next to them is a body shop, but they're not related, and they don't even have a sign on that other side. But, oh, there's a Hummer there. Huh. Okay. There's some damage here. So once again, don't know what it's here for, but oh, there's damage back here. But I'm not jumping down there to film. So anyway, it's here for something. Who knows what. I wonder how much longer my friend over there is going to be around. And it's funny how this Hummer H3 is parked right next to this Jeep. What is this, a Patriot, I think? And I can see the resemblance. Like, look at the Jeep. Look at the Hummer. Got the slots and the circular headlights. So I wonder if that's where they got their inspiration from. Because obviously Jeep was around first. Huh. Interesting. I don't know. I was never kind of a big Hummer aficionado. I was never really a Jeep aficionado either, but I don't know. I know people at some point went nuts for these things. Everybody had to have one. Patriot. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the H1 is probably the coolest. H2 and H3 are not that much. So another thing that I probably forgot to mention in my original segment was I'm eventually going to want to fix this. As you can kind of see over the years of the door being crooked, it started to shave. Like this door started to shave part of the trim on this side. So I'll eventually want to sand it down and paint it. And I think, yeah, like the little stuff like this. I know I fixed it before via a different video, but obviously, you know, a few dozen slams and it's still, you know, it's back, and obviously there's a little bit of on the inner side here, so yeah. So that's what crooked doors do. They kind of cause all sorts of shenanigans here. Now also, sorry, I got the keys in there. You can kind of see how it shaved this piece off, and right now it's really thin and sharp, so I'll probably want to paint this as well. So yeah, I see it took out this trim. I was also pushing back, so I don't know, I'll figure something out. The worst, you know, I'll probably won't do a whole fix, but at least I want to paint them so they don't look like weird like that. So all right, just waiting for to open up and we'll proceed. All right, so this story took a surprising turn because I am going home, but as you can see, this is not Lincoln Town Car. This is yet another Toyota Corolla that had to come to the rescue because I have to leave my town car with the mechanic, because as he struggled with those hinges for 3 hours, when he originally told me it would take about an hour to an hour and a half. There's just no way he could get them realigned. He tried and tried. He got another guy, his partner, to help. At some point, I held the door. You know, we had all hands on deck. And he said, you know, at some point he put the old ones back and even those wouldn't align anymore. So, you know, we agreed that the best thing to do would be to leave that car with him. He does have a body shop, you know, next door, or the guy he works with, or that whatever his other body shop that, you know, his neighbor. He said he'll try to get them back. You know, he obviously tried to do the new hinges, but at some point we just had to, you know, call for heavy artillery. So anyway, I'm driving back. Another relative of mine, this is my dad's 2015 Toyota Corolla. It's got 37,200 miles. It does have a tire pressure light on, but it's not because tires are off. It's because one of the sensor, either the you know, either the sensor is faulty or something else. But anyway, he said that he just doesn't want to fix it, which is understandable for 37,000 miles. He does use it for work, so the car is in a little bit worse shape than that other 2003 or 4 Corolla that I reviewed and filmed, and I had to take it last time. So I'll do another video, a full kind of in-depth review, because obviously I have the keys, I'm driving it home, so it's gonna be a lot better. All right, well, I'll keep you guys updated. I guess this town car never ceased to amaze me as far as all the different surprises. So, all right, stay tuned. If you're not subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I know a lot of you are watching that are not subscribing. See you next time.